All right. All right. All right. We are live. Let's see here. What's up here? So maybe easier to do it this way. Kabam. Lego Bills of Wesson and Patrick Carrick. Can you guys hear me okay? As you know, we're at our favorite restaurant here. So we just ordered some food. Really, really hungry. Can you hear me better now? About now. Should be on. Should be on. Let's see. Yeah, you can hear me? Cool, cool. All right, guys, cool. So, how's everybody doing? We're over here with Miss Jenny. Nice. And essentially, I'm ready to eat. We just did a full body training session and we're going to get some food and then go back to the office. So, how's everybody doing? Patrick, number one, shout out Lego Builds with Wesson. Thank you for being back at the channel. What you guys up to? If you see the topic of today, it's very simple. The topic is business mindset, overcoming depression or suicidal thoughts, or becoming sober, sobriety, or health and wellness and training. These are the topics at discussion today. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Hi, let's see, Kevin Hill. Welcome to the channel, brother. We're outside the house today. By the way, guys, if you're inside the chat, my record is 50 thumbs ups. I've gotten 2 videos of lives of 50 thumbs ups. What's up, my man? He was finally able to get rid of that rash. It was a bad one. The rash? I don't think I ever had a rash, but thank you. Thanks for your concern. No, guys, I'm my phone's about to die, but I'll stay on. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate it. Just throw a thumbs up because the more thumbs ups that I get, the more it affects the algorithm. You gonna say hey, Miss Jenny? You guys say hey, Miss Jenny. Look, this no, she doesn't want to say hey. Thank you, Miss Jenny. You're the best. You know when I when I come on here, anybody that's in Georgia, I tell them to go to your restaurant, Miss Jenny. Miss Jenny, I tell people when they come to Georgia to come to your restaurant. I said if anybody's on here comes to Georgia, I tell them come to your restaurant. Yes, ma'am. You always hook me up. All right, guys. Da. It's time to eat. Look at that. Ooh-wee. This is some good yummy food. All right, guys. Very simple. Hi, Belle. Hello, Belle. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate you. And Aguilo use chopsticks. You know you're from Los Angeles. Okay. I used to live in San Diego for about 7 years. I moved back to Georgia, which is my hometown. So how is Los Angeles? Excuse me. LA was getting a little bit crazy when I was out there. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a big fan of LA. A lot of crazy people out there. But there's a lot of crazy people everywhere. So Miss Jenny, come say hey. Why not? I'm Are you scared?
Yeah.
Come on, just pop in and just say hello and walk back. No? All right. Number one fear in America is public speaking. Shout out to Miss Jenny. All right. Nice and sunny. Very cool. Vote Bolsonaro. I don't know about that. I don't know. I kind of want to keep race, religion, and politics off the chat. Every time I talk about race, religion, or politics, the chat goes crazy. So let's try to keep those. Guys, if you're new to the chat, my name is Coach Chris. Free Diddy. Free Diddy. Steve, come on now. That's just disgusting. Steve, you got me to laugh. Bro, what? Do I do wrestling? I do not. I used to train with a bunch of wrestlers, though. I love wrestling conditioning. Lego Bills Watson, hello. I would scream if I could, but I come into this restaurant and do my lives. Good day, sport. All right. What kind of music do I like? Well, if you look at some of my other streams, I play piano. Well, I try to play. And I like everything from speed metal to like Dragon Force, right? I like Dragon Force. I like Metallica. I also like country music. I like classical music on piano, like Pachelbel, Canon D. I like Mozart and stuff like that. I really like the calming effects of classical music because it's 423 hertz. Mm, I like some good death metal from time to time, something to get the old ticker going. Um, but yeah, what kind of music do you guys like? I see Wes. One of my moderators put Steve in timeout. What does Steve do? Oh yeah, the food. Oh, it's good. This is the China Garden down in Macon or in Jones County, and I try to get a good full body workout in to stay strong. Come support the local business owner, Miss Jenny. Do a YouTube video with you guys. What's up, Lion Hardy? Because you guys are awesome. Who is Nick Gurr? Oh, chow mein. Absolutely, man. Who doesn't like chow mein? How many countries have I been to? Let's see. Switzerland, Spain, Portugal, Afghan, Germany, France. Probably like the other day I said 23, but I think it's more like 15. It's like 10 to 15. Yeah. Why do you ask? Like 10 to 15. Guys, if you get the chance, go travel. You will learn so much about the world from travel. Chow mein post workout is amazing. Guys, I'm not trying to smack. If I'm smacking, I apologize. But your boys got to eat. You know what I'm saying? We did a full body workout today. So, bro, that's like 20 grams of protein. Nah, man. This is more like 80. You see all them chicken thighs? That chicken thighs is about, if you cut that in portions, that's about 65 plus 15 in the egg roll. That's the complete protein. And then the lo mein has incomplete protein at about 22 grams. So total about 115 grams, 80 from real legit sources. Do you like egg foo young? Is that Moses? This here, this one right here. This is the sign of God, like a creator. You could call it Moses, you could call it Odin. I'm German and Scandinavian, so like Viking heritage. So I always thought it was Odin, but it's just a representation of God. So you got God, you've got life, you've got death, you've got time. And I designed this tattoo and had my artist make it years ago. Is that sweet? No, this is General Sal's chicken with lo mein, because post workout is my biggest meal of the day. So my post workout meal, I get a lot of calories afterwards. It's just the way I like to do it. Right. Cameron Porter, the OG moderator, welcome back. Jason, thank you. I got this piece in this was in Yokosuka, Japan. Yeah, this was in Yokosuka, Japan. Shout out to the artist Monster Tattoo off Blue Street. Salute from New Zealand. You're a Kiwi, Lionheart. Are you what they call a Kiwi? Hmm? Are you what they call a Kiwi? Cameron Porter. Guys, Cameron Porter is my OG moderator. Shout out to him. Welcome, Cameron. Cameron, let me know if I'm smacking too loud. I'm trying to enjoy my food and I gotta go do some contracts. Guys, it's pretty awesome. Each of these lives, I'm averaging between 1 and 2.5 thousand views on these lives. Every time I go live, it gets better. And it's crazy. I do too. And what's funny is the amount of watch time. If 15 of you guys watch me for 10, 15 of you watch me for 10 minutes, that's 150 minutes. That's 2 hours. The algorithm hasn't calculated all the recent hours on my channel, but I think if I'm doing the math right, once it catches up, I may be monetized. And then once I'm monetized, that was the whole goal starting lives. And then once I get monetized, I'm going to move on to the next phase, which is trying to build a community with you guys. I might do it through school. Any of you guys ever used the school community? I don't like you. Well, do a backflip with food in your hands. Oh my God, I can't do that. I don't like you well. Well, that's okay. You don't have to like me. You can't like everybody. The name Founding Fathers 1776 is my attempt to get people to learn more about the Founding Fathers and the Constitution and how it's actually a wonderful document. And it's one of the greatest um, governing attempts to ever be put into place. And I do that just to remind people. What is my profession? I own my own business. I am in sales. So I have my own insurance business, and that takes up most of my time. So I've been in sales for a few years. I was in the Navy before that. I was in the Navy for about 10 years, got out, started working for other people, then eventually started my own business. And now I sell life, health, long term, short term, and Medicare. And I also am creating a team to where if you want to join my business, probably next year after January, I'm going to allow people to do it and build a team. That's tough. Yep. Ninu Gaming, love from India. I love my Indian fans. You guys come in. Love me some chicken, butter chicken, and tikka masala. This is General Tso's Chicken, Lao Mein. Sick idea. Yep. No, I don't sell auto insurance. I could, but it's not where the money's at. Yeah, if you're going to build an insurance business, don't do auto insurance. I mean, it's okay, but you'll make more money doing Medicare. Just trust me. Just take my word for it. Um, Sell Medicare and whole life and term. Get your life, health, and accident through your state. That's how you do it. Study, pass an exam, get you a contract through United, Aetna, and Healthcare, then get individual contracts, get a 1099 for each one of those, manage your own business, get an LLC, sole proprietorship, and then build it all. I'll teach you how to do that if you want. Absolutely. Well, I'm happy because it's my own schedule. So I can basically work as much or as little as I please. And the cool thing about the insurance world is it creates residual income. So you sell a policy, you get paid a little bit of money. And then as long as you do a good job and you stay in contact with your customer, they'll continue to pay each month. So every month they're paying, and you get paid every month. Just what is this? Yep. Making you hangry? Listen, man, I'm not trying to make you hangry. I just did a full body workout. We did weighted pull ups, we did some bench, we did deep squats, and then we did push ups. And after that, I was starving. I did not. I've never driven a CDL. I've never, I mean, I drove trucks in the military that were 15,000 and 20,000 pounds, 15 Ks. Yeah, it does take a certain mindset. You can't be lazy. You're not going to be working a 40-hour week when you start your business. You're going to be working 60 to 90 hours a week, and there's 168 hours in a week. So you're going to be working 8 to 10 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. You're going to have to work on your birthday. You're going to have to work on holidays. You're going to have to do all of that. But once you get it started, Price Casey, what's up? It does. I got to get some food. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Bell nailed it. Yeah, it's your own time. So it's kind of like this. If you have your own business and it's your responsibility, then you'll work harder for your own sake. You know, feel sorry for you, Diddy. Hopefully that gets better for you. Hmm. I'm back. Phone at 3%. All right. I am from Georgia, East Coast. Steve says free Diddy. Guys, take a quick poll in there. Do you think they should free Diddy? I don't really think so. It seems like he was a pretty gross guy. I don't think they should free him. Wes Watson back there. I just I just entered total remission as a schizo effective. Oh my God. I have a waivers for this, but do you think it's possible to still join the service? Sturge, if your medical documentation is on record in the medical bureau investigation, the NBI or the federal government has that. When you go through MEPS, they're going to find that. Technically, if you're really smart, if you are really smart, like you can do a nuclear engineer, they will give you a waiver if you're qualified for certain jobs. And maybe they will give you a prescription medicine if you're smart for certain jobs. But you're really doing an uphill battle. Definitely doing an uphill battle. Not looking good. But hey, try it. Who knows? But you're going to have to go to a recruiter and you're going to have to study for your ASVAB and be in the top 5 or 10%. What's the tattoo on your right arm? Oh, this one? Which one? This one, the color? The color or the black one? So this is my right. So y'all are seeing left. This is one right here, right? And then we have this one right here. You're talking about the dragon or color or not color? Mr. Chad Harry Jr. Hmm. So this one, time, God, life, death, take time to smell the flowers, and then candle, here, spider, there's darkness lurking, and there's always things in the dark trying to get you, so always be the light. There's my custom design piece. I got set to go to DARPA in 6 or less years. It's definitely a battle. I've been asking around, getting various. Yeah, Turd 219, like, subscribe, and then we can try to do it. But it's like the thing is, if you're study for the best chance is to study. Thanks, Steve. Your best chance is to study for the ASVAB and get the highest score you can. Go online, go to Grok, Chat GPT, whatever, free ASVAB Quizlet. Score as high as you can and try to get into a nuclear engineer program, which is very hard to get into. Then you can leverage that because if the recruiter gets you in, he gets a big bonus. So you're leveraging his bonus that he'll get you in. But if you're just going to be like an average person, most recruiters aren't going to give you the time because you're just a number to them. That's how I would do it. Chad Harry Jr., thanks. Yeah, I designed this one and I designed this one. So take some time to design your tattoos, guys. Yes, sir. They do. Um, so St. Jason says, I'm 50. So he says, I'm 50 and have lost muscle mass. Yeah, so St. Jason, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? And what type of training do you have? I'm going to actually answer you. Skippity, Lego West builds Wasson, skippity dee dee, skippity doo dah day. So this is I'm asking no. So Patrick, you don't have to draw. What you do is you take a picture of the body part, right? You take a picture of your body, like your arm, you put it on Adobe, then you get the images that you want for a tattoo. You take the images and you put them, copy and paste onto the body part, and you design them and you color them. You print that out and you bring that to your tattoo artist. Then he'll help you customize the rest. You just need to give them a foundation of what you really want, and the tattoo artist, if he's good, he or she will make it. So I'm not the best artist. I'm more of a music guy. So Owen Rogers, I'm 136 sounds. Okay. How many? You're 136 sounds? That's a lot of different sounds, brother. I know you said pounds. So St. Johnson said 5'7", 170, and I work different groups. I try to lift, but I'm weak. Okay, well, that's your thing, St. Jason. The first thing is get stronger. When you get older, it's about keeping your strength. So I would recommend a full body. Lego lesson. Thanks for popping in. Peace. How much did I spend on my tax? It depends. A good tattoo artist is going to run you between $100 to $250 an hour for a good artist. You can get some for 50 or 75, but they're usually not good. What's up, Sid Campbell? Yeah, so 150. So think about 100 to $200 an hour is a decent artist, but if they're really good, they're going to charge you 200 to 500. So if you get someone between 100 and 200 and you see their work, that's good. Okay. Have a good one, Wesson. You are a good looking host. Well, I appreciate that. I do my best. I agree with Patrick. If you're going to get something on your body, don't be cheap. Don't be cheap on a tattoo. Be cheap on something else, right? Hello, Elizabeth Paul. Appreciate the compliment. I appreciate that. I do my best to look decent for you guys. Nice tattoo, Sid Campbell. Thank you. It's Boar's Head. Stay safe, bro. Um, Boar's Head is yummy. Um, let's see. So getting back to the original fitness question for the 50-year-old, Sid Campbell, welcome back. I love the land of butter chicken and tikka masala and garlic cheese naan, garlic naan. I love Indian food. God, traditional Indian food and curry. Remember, that's not a natural thing for us in the South. So when I was in Japan for like 3 years, I got to eat a lot of Indian curry. God, it was so good. They had traditional Indians that migrated to Japan. They, the Japanese curry is like a dark brown curry with like cutlets, and it's okay. But the Indian curry is so good. Here you go. Go ah, yum 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 yum. There you go, Belle. So yeah, um, where is my individual? The chats, a lot of chats came in. I'm not against a meal that doesn't have meat in it. Like if I know a lot of the Hindu culture is vegan, so I can do like some of the veggies and stuff. I don't mind it. My preference though is protein because when I train, when I lift weights, I feel when I eat more protein and carbs together, my body responds better. But if I was just about movement and trying to stay light on my feet, I feel like you don't need as much protein, but it kind of depends on what you're training for and your personal preference. Oh, absolutely. Ah, I had a really weird incident this morning. I don't like when people put words in my mouth, and this deaf guy really pushed me to my limbs because sign language can be a real. What? What are you talking about? You don't like it when people put words in your mouth and some guy with sign language? Have you ever seen the sign language for people that do rap songs? They're like, that's pretty cool. Just saying. I'm talking so much I can barely eat, guys. Come on. There was an individual in here who's 50 years old and wants to get stronger. Are you still in here? There's so many chats coming in. I lost your name, brother. Where are you at? St. Jason. That was you, right? Yeah. Yes. OG, you made me laugh. Very good. It's easy to make me laugh if you got a good joke. South Africa, Zimbabwe. I had some friends that went on a missions trip and I missed out. So no. But my number three fan here. Remember, if you put the most chats in, you get one, two, and three. So I'm going to focus my attention on St. Jason. So do you have access to a gym? Do I have a yes, I do have an act. Minnesota's finest. I'm a business owner. I'm doing an experiment going live in between my breaks. So in between my breaks, I've been going live because every time I go live, I'm almost monetized. So I am one of the local business owners. So St. Jason, I would say full body 3 days a week, every other day to get stronger and make sure you're eating enough good food. So try to eat 3 to 5 times a day, right? So St. Jason, I would do something like either full body 3 times a week or lower body rest, upper body, lower body rest, rest. No, I do have a side hustle where I train people and do nutrition and stuff. I make a little bit of money from that. But no, I own my own insurance firm. So I'm a licensed agent in the state of Georgia. I sell whole life, term, Medicare, and I'm working on my annuities license. What do I think about German volume training? I think if you do German volume training for about 4 weeks, it's a good program, and then you should phase out the volume. It's too much volume to do forever, but it's good to have a volume phase. Um, beside, see, I'm a big fan of having a strength phase and a volume phase, and then you adjust your food. If you're doing more volume, you eat more carbs. If you're doing less volume but strength, then you adjust your food. What drugs? I don't do drugs. Yeah, yeah, Bell. Medicare is where it's at. You say yes, you do. Okay. Well, I'm not in the business. If you think I do drugs, then I do drugs. I don't care. That's okay. Um, if you if you saw me and I was professionally dressed up and the way I present myself to people, you would buy insurance from me because I have the best value in the state of Georgia because I'm contracted with every company and I don't work for a company, so I cut out the third man. So mhm. We got to remember, guys, I don't show up to someone's house looking like this. Hmm. My lunch, my my tax deductible lunch was only $13, and I have a business account, so I get 99% of this back at the end of the year. Thanks, Porter. What's your fortune? I don't understand the question. Yeah, good thing I'm not a fool. Yeah. Look, I've started live streaming in between clients and stuff because you can contest. Cameron's one of my original moderators. Cameron, you see how now there's 19 thumbs ups and 13. Remember when there's only one or two people in here, Porter? Deputy King's back, one of my other moderators. Deputy King, the self-proclaimed badass moderator. Welcome back, King. Hope your day's going better. Okay. Keep an eye open for an opportunity soon to arrive. Okay. Do you remember what you and your cousin did? I have no idea what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's up, guys? So, yeah, but Porter's in here. Body says yes, you do. All right. Little Z, just watching your mouth big, bro. Okay. Well, I'm just getting comments from random people and it's making an algorithm and I'm soon to be monetized. So thank you. Body language says yes, you do. All right. Stop taping hate, y'all. He's talking with y'all. I, Well, you know this by now, Cameron. It's going to take a lot to get under my skin. You know, you'll never understand the hell I had to go through to become this nice. Like, it's just been my journey. The thing is, if you guys were to take this time to actually talk to an entrepreneur that owns a business and has got a lot of life experience, you may actually have the chance to get some information that can actually change your life. And instead of me making a course, which I've sold in the past and made decent money off of it, I'm on this on the stream just to help the younger generation out while I eat my lunch. So I'm actually working after I'm done working. Hmm? This is good food. This is organic chicken thighs, good flavoring, and post workout. These are good carbohydrates and protein. So, mhm. Yeah, this meal was only 13 bucks. 13 bucks, and I use a tax deductible card. So at the end of the year, I take these receipts, put it in, and I get like 99% of this money back because I have a business account. Imagine that. Smarter than I look, huh? And it's a local business owner. Miss Jenny doesn't like to be on camera, but because her family, they're a first generation immigration family here, always come here because they always give me extra food and they always take care of me. They always have clean service. I love this space. Hmm. Check your state laws, state jurisdiction. Depending on how you file your business, if you do it right, I'll get like 99% of it back up to $2,000. Two to three, no, up to it's either two to $5,000, and after that it's only 50. What happened, King? Yeah, for sure. I can give you some dating advice. Um, what kind of advice are you looking for? I can give you some real dating advice because I went through a divorce earlier this year and I learned a lot, and I had to learn a lot through this year. So I can give you my experience, and essentially, I'm just transparent. Jordan Glover, that's false. That is false. Probably not. No, I don't think I'll get married again unless it's a domestic relationship. So, whoever said if you pay 12 but it's $2 in tax, no, that's not fair. That's not how it works, Jordan. If you want me to teach you how that's not true, then make a consult with me. That's valuable information, but that's not how it works. Ah, so Glover, maybe in the UK, but depending on what type of business and what type of 1099, that's not how it works. And also, each state is different. So you have federal tax and you have state jurisdiction. So it's a little bit different. But if that's how it works in the UK, that's pretty crappy if that's actually how it works. I've never done taxes in the UK. I've always done my own, and I've always done very well, you know? So, oh, it's all dirty games. Well, that we agree on. All right, so Gunnar said what happened. All right. I failed at CPR on a 6 month old baby. Oh my God. And I rushed her to the hospital, and the baby didn't make it. Oh my God. Well, do you feel like you're qualified in CPR? Hey, hey, Deputy Key, that's a pretty intense story. Some people might not be able to handle that. I can handle that because I have empathy and I serve in the service. But just keep in mind, some of the younger kids might not be able to handle that. Just kind of keep that in mind. But that is pretty sad. Um, yes, I do, Belle. I do charity work as often as I can. Um, I volunteer with churches and all I can to help the people around. Always give back. Also, I also get a lot of networking when I give out and do charity. Excuse me. A lot of times I get free food, I get free clothes, which is great, and and I also find people who need Medicare for my business. So I do it as a networking tool, and I truly believe in giving back. Oh, what's up, Hero from Japan? Do you still go to meetings? What type of meetings? When you say meetings, what kind? I am doing General Tso's chicken, and well, if you took all the CPR certifications and you know, then if you felt like you did everything you could, my question is, why did you take the child to the hospital? Because I was trained in the military. If a child's there, you call in backup and you stay there until the ambulance gets there. That's how we're trained in the military. I would never, unless I'm reading your comment wrong, we're trained to do CPR, keep it going, and just try to keep the heart pumping until the EMT arrives on scene and then they take over. And that's kind of how I'm trained. So I'm a little confused with your comment. You said, and you took the baby. Oh, no. So John Daniel. So I do talk about sobriety and getting sober. And I did have some friends who I talked to, and I did get some help in that sense. But technically, it's not technically just an AA. My body count is very high. I discussed that on one stream, and I said maybe I shouldn't do that. So, but yeah, when I was younger, I slept around a lot. I don't recommend that. I regret it, but it is what it is. Yeah, but King, the thing is, if you know that the baby's heart isn't working and you have like the small, was like the infant IED, I'm trying to remember what age it is. It's been a while since I did CPR, did any training. But if you call in, you're supposed to have someone with you. You call in backup and you sit there because, well, I think that's a mistake personally, King. Yeah, I'm in my late 30s, guys. So I've been around a little bit. Um, yeah, King, the thing that we were trained is we would never do that because the thing is, if a baby needs CPR and their heart stops, once the lung stops pumping, right? If you have 3 to 5 minutes, even up to 6, 7 minutes, that's brain damage. So you would want to not do that. You'd want to, because if you keep inflating those lungs, you can keep the circulation going because the heart's like a pressure, the lungs are like a pressure system. Well, Bell, in my last relationship, my ex-wife got two of my houses and a lot of money. So um, it was a different state. So I guess you could say there's a little fear there, but I'm more focused on me and building my business again. I had to rebuild a business after the divorce. So when I'm trying to do something, I don't, uh, I don't really go out. The most activity I do is going to restaurants, going to the gym, and then streaming with you guys. That's the extent of it. If I'm not doing that, I'm working 24/7, and my bed is right by my office. Ned, what does that even mean? You were taught to pour cold water on people? What do you mean? Cold water? John Daniel, thank you. Yeah, King, I don't think, I mean, you do what you're trained to do. Um, you know, if you're a deputy sheriff and you're on scene, right, and a baby needs help, you have to keep CPR, or a person, you have to keep CPR going, sometimes up to an hour until the EMS or the EMT arrives on scene, because every minute that there's no oxygen going to the brain, that's the most dangerous thing. So you don't want to rush a baby anywhere. You want to continue to do CPR until the professionals get there and let them take over, because you don't have the gear in your car to help them. Yeah, I take supplements. We got, okay, well, that's your opinion. Minnesota's finest. That's your opinion. It's okay, King. Yeah. So what do, King? You learn from the experience. You were in the Marines, you said one time, right? You learn from the experience and don't make it happen again. You make it happen again, then you're in question to me like, come on now, learn from the mistake. And then here's another thing, use it. Do my clients watch live? Probably not. This is more of a thing outside of that. Just eating live. Right now, I am. Tell me you've never been to one of my other lives by not telling me you haven't been to any of my other lives. I love it, dude. I love the haters. Every time I see a new hater, I think I'm one step closer to being monetized. Did you actually read the title? Mopor. I've got water here. Oh yeah, this is a local business owner in the town. Her name is Jenny. I come here at least every Sunday after my Sunday workout. So today we did weighted pull-ups, we did press, we did squats because I train for strength and athleticism. I'm not a bodybuilder. Guys, the first thing I can tell you is if you are training, don't train like a bodybuilder. You're very welcome. Train like an athlete. If you're going to be natural like I am and not take steroids, don't train like 5, 6 day split. Train upper body, lower body, rest, upper body, lower body, rest, or full body. Train like an athlete. Squat, bench, overhead press, deadlifts, weighted pull ups, weighted dips, and sprints. Train like an athlete, not a bodybuilder. Trust me on that. Um, so I'm a big fan of creatine and a protein powder, and I'll sip on some electrolytes and some amino acids throughout the day. That's it. I don't believe in multivitamins because I spend a lot of money on good food. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, hero. It's the thing. You gotta remember, your body needs time to recover. So now that doesn't mean you can't do something physically active every day. But when you're going to the gym, you're giving your body a stimulus. Yeah, I cook at home all the time. All the time. I mean, guys, who in this stream has seen my refrigerator? There, Cameron's seen my fridge. I know Deputy King's seen my fridge. Guys, I have 30 pounds of meat in the fridge. I've got probably 100 eggs in the fridge, oats, rice. I got all sorts of stuff. But on Sunday, I like to come out here with Miss Jenny because she's a local business owner and I know her personally and she's just a good person. Yeah, Cameron Porter's seen my fridge. I have plenty of food. Plenty of food. Um, but because I don't eat a lot of junk food, right? Okay, John Daniel, how many milligrams of creatine? I started, but I recently, yeah. So, John Daniel, how much do you weigh? Since you're number one on the shout out to the top fans, real quick. I'm going to push this button. We got John Daniel, Patty, Prince Katie, Jester Hero, Yep.com. That's Gunner, Jordan, Saint, Van, Lionheart. Okay. Okay. So if you're 250 pounds, so that's a good weight, right? Oh, you're around 15% body fat? Huh. That's pretty good, dude. That's a big old boy. What's my favorite food? Probably eggs. My favorite food is probably eggs and cottage cheese or steak. Um, and then as far as carbs, probably like pasta. So, John Daniel, what I would say is I would take at 250 pounds at 15% body fat, I would probably take 25 to 30 grams of creatine for 7 days in a row, split between 4 to 5 doses. So I would take 5 grams every time you eat, up to 25 to 30 grams for about a week, and then pull back and stay 5 to 7 a day. Yeah, you want to saturate the body. A lot of people don't believe in loading phases, but I've tried for so many years different ways. Now, John Daniel, let me teach you something about creatine, okay? So try to shoot for 25 grams, right? Yeah, Bell. It it is tiring, but I usually have a lunchbox with me when I'm going from client to client's house, and I have like protein shakes and stuff, and I'll do like bananas and meals, but you know, it all depends on your schedule. All right. That's all right, King. And I appreciate you being here, brother. Don't feel too bad on yourself, King. Just don't let that mistake happen again. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, John Daniel, just make sure it's micronized. Creatine monohydrate, just make sure it's micronized. You can use any creatine, but micronized is going to have better absorption. And there's been more studies done on micronized creatine and creatine monohydrate than the creatine HCl. I tried the HCl and the other creatines. The thing is this, if you feel like your gut is getting affected by it, then just do smaller doses of creatine. But here's what's cool. Your brain uses phosphate as an energy source. So if you're doing stressful activities, this is what's good for all of you guys, right? If you're doing physically stressful activities or you're sleep deprived or mentally, right? Mentally, you're doing things that drain you, you will benefit from 12 to 15 grams of creatine a day. If you're bigger, like my boy John Daniel up here, up to 250, you want 25 to 30 grams for 7 to 10 days. After that, 5 to 10 a day. I'm telling you, you'll sleep better. You'll work better if you're sleep deprived, like King here. Patrick, shut up. Okay, cool. So, Deputy King, if you're sleep deprived as a police officer, you will benefit from the creatine. Because remember, what is creatine? It helps you have more adenine triphosphate, ATP. Your body creates ABP, adenine biphosphate, and you take the ATP. That's what you do, right? So, guys, shout out to everybody on the live. 23 thumbs ups. It's crazy how many of you guys come into this thing. I can't believe how many people sit here and watch me eat food. It just blows my mind when I come in here on Sundays. Yeah, John Daniel, just like, comment, share these videos with other people. But yeah, it's crazy. The cognitive benefits of creatine is insane. Yeah, Deputy King, it will. Depending on your weight, I'd recommend most men a minimum of 15 grams a day for 7 to 10 days. So when you are sleep deprived, your brain starts to eat itself, right? Read studies, right? When you're sleep deprived, you don't function well. And then you're trying to work out, then you shoot for caffeine. Now your system's overstressed. Your phosphate energy system has been depleted. ATP is adenine triphosphate. It's a chemical molecular bond, and the body will actually produce more output and cognitive ability. That's the secret to my energy, guys. Everybody asks how I have so much energy. I take about 20 grams of creatine a day. It keeps your phosphate live. It keeps you, the, study what the phosphate energy system does, right? Please enjoy mukbang videos. This isn't a mukbang video. This is a little post workout video, guys. Um, and train to get stronger. Don't train like a bodybuilder, guys. Don't do all that stupid stuff, dude. Don't just pump up your muscles to pump them up. Get stronger, right? Thanks, dude. Man, I'm working watches right now, but I'm a graveyard shifts and swings. Now, listen. Stop drinking this. Sorry, stop drinking energy drinks. The average energy drinks has 4 times more cyanide than the human body is legally supposed to consume. Stop drinking energy drinks. Don't drink Bang. Don't drink Celsius. Look up the amount of cyanide inside of a Celsius. It literally is rotting your nervous system. What's up from Mongolia? Do you know what the sludge from the cyanide in energy drinks are? It comes from chemical waste plants. You know, when you poop in a toilet, it goes to a waste plant? That stuff gets put in a tank and it foams up to the top. Yellow's part of that is what they put in Celsius and Monster. No, coffee's fine. The caffeine in coffee is a neurotransmitter. The caffeine in coffee is different. That's different, right? Okay. Just trust me. Okay. Go online and look at how much cyanide, that's what kills your nervous system. That's what gives you degenerative nerve disease, dementia. You're literally drinking cyanide at 4 times the recommended dose when you take those energy drinks. Go for coffee instead. Coffee all day, guys. Yes, human waste. It's called sludge. The chemical waste plants have a big pull. They put that human feces, right? I know, bull. That's why I'm telling you, get off of them. They have a pool. They put that stuff, and there's this yellow stuff that creams up to the top. Yes, it does. I'm telling you. When I found that out, I learned that from oh, what's the guy's name? The human coach, Gary Brecka. You ever guys heard of Gary Brecka? He's the number one mortality expert in the country. Gary Brecka. Anybody know Gary Brecka? I met him, and he had a whole conversation in a piece, and I paid to go to one of his seminars. Dude, it's so crazy. Yeah, it blew my mind. I didn't believe it. Dude, I'm telling you. Hopefully they aren't going to mind if I'm alive. Dude, I'm telling you, Gary Brecka taught me that. I'm telling you. That's why they say knowledge is power, guys. Just if you're on your computer, go Google it. Yeah. Norks Gaming. What's up, man? Yeah, I was just explaining how energy drinks have human feces in them, and nobody really believes me until they actually look it up. hmm So stop drinking it. Instead, drink water and pink salt. Water, pink salt and water. Yum, yum, yum. Trust me. Google it. Google Gary Brecka, right? Oh, for sure. No, no, I'm not against coffee. I think the caffeine in coffee and the caffeine in green tea is completely different. But we're referring to the artificial caffeine that's in like the bangs and the energy drinks. Guys, I've drank in hundreds of those in my life. When I was downrange in the Navy, right? When I was overseas, I used to drink 5 or 6 energy drinks a day and smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. Go, 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 go. I get it. I'm telling you, dude. I know. I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. I'm not joking. When I was downrange, I would stimulate. My adrenal glands were shot. It took me a year to get over that. And now I share this with you guys. Oh yeah, vaping's terrible. I used to vape. I vaped so much that I used to cough up blood, and I still did it. Hunter said, ah, Hunter says God loves you. Yeah, I agree. I think we're all children of God, in my own opinion. Bell, that's something I don't discuss on camera. I don't discuss that on camera. How many kids do you have? Don't discuss that. No, so Joe Daniel, there's no long-term, according to the most recent studies, and these are studies that have been done on people for 15, 20, 30 years, there's no long-term negative effects of creatine. The only thing is you have to stay hydrated. So if you take large amounts of creatine and you don't stay hydrated, you could dehydrate your system. So if you're hydrated, because creatine comes from fish and red meat. Most people don't eat enough fish and red meat. So if you're not eating that, you're giving your body kind of what it needs to function. And you got to remember the human body in today's society, if you're going to the gym, if you're mentally studying and exhausting your brain, you're depleting your phosphate energy system. So all you're doing is creating a spare reservoir of ATP. Yeah. And as far as pre-workouts, some pre-workouts are not bad. It depends on what you're using it for. If you have something that has citrulline malate or L-arginine, which is a vasodilator to increase blood flow, or beta alanine, some of those are okay. But what you want to watch out for is a bunch of chemicals and artificial caffeinated um, ingredients that have that human waste, that sludge in it. So there are good ones and there's some bad ones. Just drink some coffee. You want to pre-workout, get a little buzz, drink some coffee. Yeah. Yeah, L-glutamine is great. It's the largest, it's the most abundant amino acid in the human body, L-glutamine. But you get L-glutamine from cheese. So if you're eating whole eggs and yogurt and whole eggs, yogurt, and cheese, you're probably getting more glutamine than you need. Now, if you're not eating whole eggs, cheese, or yogurt or cottage cheese, then maybe you should consider using L-glutamine, but I would say food first. Go for food first. Oh, remember, a supplement is to supplement your diet. If you know you're deficient in something, try to eat the food to fix the deficiency and then use a supplement as a supplement. Don't take the supplement instead of the food. Does that make sense? Am I making sense here, guys? Bone broth. Oh, yeah, bone broth's great. Magic. Um, no, chicken thigh. And I actually have been in the back of the kitchen, so I actually know the owner here, and I know where they source their meat. I know the distribution center, and I've been to the factory. Have I been pepper sprayed? Yes, I've been pepper sprayed many times. Pepper spray isn't that bad to me. I was in the Navy for 10 years, guys. I've been pepper sprayed, gas chambered, shot at, pellet gun, tased. I'm like a cockroach. You can't kill me, brother. Y'all thought that was funny. Ha 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 ha. All right, guys. So we're gonna end the stream now. So we're gonna end the stream, go do some contracting at the house. Okay. So, all right, guys. I will see you next time. Fasting. Fasting's great for cognitive benefit. It's good to clean your system out. If you want to build muscle, it's a terrible idea. But fasting from time to time is great. Two steps forward, one step back. Have a great day, guys. Peace.